When this whole thing is said and done, at the very end of it, you will be looked upon as the crazy person. You will be looked upon as the person that's in the movie that's trying to warn everybody about the coming destruction, and no one's doing anything about it. I've seen so many videos on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube where they are doing Ramadan right now. They're doing all these calls to prayers in New York. They're doing it 5 times a day. It's super, super loud. It's blasting everywhere. For a fact, we went in somewhere today where they were actually playing the Quran, but it was like in a song, you know how they sing. And so what happens is that these people have come over here, conquering our nation and our land. And I saw somebody in the comments talking about something, they not going to do that here in America. We're not going to stand for that. Well, what are we doing right now? They're buying up all of the land. Our politicians, our people are selling us out. They've sold us out. They're selling our land. And this is everywhere. And I'm in Texas. I have never seen in my life all of these freaking Muslims everywhere. I haven't seen it. All of these different religions and stuff. And here's the problem. They will now have the ability to attack from within because they're here. They're here on our soil. And they're coming across as peaceful because they're simply praying. They're just playing their songs. They're being peaceful. They're not saying anything. And today I had a conversation with a liberal woman and she got super upset because I was bringing up Mandami over there in New York and what's going on with them hating dogs. And they have all these different little weird things that they follow. It poses as righteousness in their book, but it's not righteous because it's not godly. It's very wicked. It's very demonic, and how they feel about animals and things like that. But here's the biggest thing. If your God was so good, why didn't he bless you over there? Why do you want to come to a nation where we do not serve your God, but you want to come over here and benefit off the backs of us because of what our God has blessed us with? That's the question. For the liberal woman that's upset with every darn thing other than what she should truly be upset with and what she should be worried about, they don't understand the clear and present danger that this presents to us and our children. They literally don't understand what's coming next. It's cloaked under the guise of peace because nothing is happening. But when they get into our power structure, when they get into positions of power, once they get into positions of power, Sharia law is right around the corner. Now you have to bow. Now you have to denounce your God. Because see, a lot of so-called Christians or, I go to church, they are not followers of Christ. Their eyes are blind and their ears are deaf to what the heck is going on. And the clear warnings is right in front of their freaking face. Or they simply can't see or hear. Because why isn't this an issue for you? Why are you somewhere worried about, I'm worried about, the KKK, or I'm worried about what Trump is doing? You need to be worried about what's right at your front doorstep. These people that do not serve your God. And at some point, if they get into positions of power, they will make you choose. And you're not strong enough to say no. You're not strong enough to not deny Jesus Christ because you have not his spirit. You have a form of godliness only, and that is not going to save you on that great and final day. These people are coming over here to not assimilate, but they want to convert and overrun, because why in the world would they want to come over here to a country that has naught to do with their religion, not to do with their way of life? We are not on side with them. We do not get along with how they live their life, but yet they want to be around us. Why? Because they're going to come over here and have a whole bunch of babies, benefit off the backs of our government and all of the taxpayers, because we're the ones that fund the government, to eventually run you up out of here and leave a world that you would have never imagined for your children and your grandchildren. You see the videos over there where they line people up and they blow their heads off because they won't denounce Jesus Christ. Why do you think that's so far away? That's not a far away place. That's right here. And as long as they continue to work their way in the tiers of government, they will have their way. And then where will you run? Where will you go? Because this is happening every freaking where. And if you do not voice up, if you do not stand up and say anything, they'll win. They will win. And it will all be cloaked under them peacefully praying, them peacefully playing their music, not knowing that they are conjuring those demonic spirits, because those demonic spirits need a foothold. And we have provided that for them by allowing them to be here.
I'm not used to the attention and the fame, unwanted fame that I am receiving right now. And I am proud. I am proud to say that I've survived ICE. Many people are saying, including my family and friends, that I will go down in history. I'm going to admit that I didn't expect this to happen, but here I am, speaking in front of everyone, and there's cameras recording me. Hi, everyone who's watching me right now. Yeah, my name is Nazra. It's nice to meet you guys. It's nice to meet everyone. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Minnesota. I also grew up in Columbus, Ohio, but I also grew up here, and I was also raised here. I was raised in both cities. Both are well-known Somali communities. So I'm Somali. I'm proud to be Somali. To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like, it's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American. It's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. You know, people don't really see, like, you know, it's you know, people don't think, oh, you can eat bananas with rice, but that's what it's like to be Somali and American. It's like that combination of banana and rice, but you're gonna get what I mean. So what I'm trying to say is people might be confused by me being Somali, but then when they hear my voice, they say, this girl is very American. There's something American about her. So like my family says, you're so American. You're so American. There's something American about you. But then when other people see me, they're like, there's something Somali about you. You're really Somali, you know? So that's what it's like. You know, people always trying to assume what you are, but they know you're both. So they cannot separate the two. They just want to say, oh, you're this, you're that. But that's what it is. It's to be both. So, yeah, so I got kidnapped by ICE. So now we're going to get into the story of what made me stand here today. So that story is I got kidnapped by ICE. So ICE came to my neighborhood, where my neighborhood is a very Somali neighborhood. It's a predominantly Somali neighborhood. There's many Somalis that live here. And they kidnapped me. They took me. They arrested and detained me for 2 days, and I was put in county jail. Then there was this ICE agent who called me a racial slur. So with my skin color and me being a black person, in America, I go through a lot. I see a lot. I've experienced a lot of things. I'm also Somali, and I'm gonna say right now that even though people see me as Somali, I'm still a black person, and I can't separate the two. My skin is still dark. I'm still a black person, and I'm just a black person of Somali descent. My ethnic origin is Somali, but I'm black. I'm a person who's black under America. So I still experience racism. I still experience many things that black Americans face. And the two can exist, and many people don't really realize that, because what they see is so Somalis, they can't be black and they can't be, you know, Somali, but that's not the case. So yeah, so I was called a racial slur by this ICE agent, and this ICE agent was igniting racial violence towards me. He was inciting me. And I'm going to say it's the book the word that's in the To Kill a Mockingbird. If you've ever read that book, it's the word that's in that book. And he called me that, and then he arrested me. They arrested me. It was multiple people. They used a lot of force to arrest me. I actually got a scab that was healing while I was in jail, but they pushed me hard. They used a lot of violence. My body still hurts. I got a concussion. It's really hard for me to speak because of that concussion. They were just using a lot of force to arrest me, and I'm so sorry if I'm getting a little emotional, but
It's okay.
Thank you.
okay, I'm so sorry.
Let's take a break. Let's bring her down.
We're just going to call her dad to say exactly what he knows so far.
I'm fine. I'm so sorry. I'm fine.
Sorry.
Hello, tell me the story. What happened today at school?
Okay, so I'm Marco. I'm the president of the High School Republicans at Wiley East High School. And today there was an organization called Why Islam that had a huge table booth in front of our school today, and they were giving hijabs to girls out throughout the high school, and they were giving out Qurans, and they also had pamphlets about Sharia law and other Islamic things, and they were giving out these bags. And I had a discussion with the women that were there, and we're trying to understand what's going on.
Was everybody in a hijab?
So they were passing out to as much, girls as they could. So that was their goal.
How many students took those bags?
I don't have an exact number of how many people took them, but I can say that they were trying to get as much out as they could.
And it was during the school day, right?
Yes, it was during lunch.
During lunch.
And we typically have colleges come out, or we have our clubs have tables, but we've never had a faith group, to my understanding.
So
And
Christians have never been allowed to come?
not from what I've seen. I've never seen churches or Bibles passed out. I can't confirm that that's 100%, but what I can say is that this was a big thing that they wanted to push out today.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Good evening, members of the school board. My name is Leland Saunders, and I'm a 12-year-old resident of Farmersville, Texas. I understand that the outside organization was approved to be on campus. However, I am concerned about the religious material that were handed out to students during the lunch period. The following materials were handed out: hijabs, Qurans, and Sharia law pamphlets. Public schools serve students from many different religious backgrounds and students who have no religious beliefs at all. Because of that, I believe our schools must remain neutral when it comes to religious promotion during the school day. Even if participation was voluntary, handing out religious texts and items during school hours raises questions about whether that crosses the line from education into religion. That is something many families, including mine, are uncomfortable with. If one religious organization is allowed to distribute materials, would every religious or ideological group be allowed to be given the same opportunity? If so, how will that be managed fairly? If not, how is that even equal treatment? This is not about criticizing any specific religion. This is about maintaining neutrality, fairness, and a religious boundary from education and religion. I respectfully ask the board to clarify the guidelines regarding outside groups and religious materials, and to ensure that policies are applied consistently moving forward. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, I break the Islamization of the West. I break it up in 4 phases.
Okay.
4 phases. Phase 1, open borders and immigration. The Muslims play the victim card. They say we need help. You start to see halal food promoted everywhere. Oh, my listeners, if you've seen halal food everywhere, we're like, yeah, it's so nice. No, that's phase 1 of Islamizing the West. You start to see a lot more hijabs. You start to see a lot more mosques built. That's phase 1. It's a lot easy, very peaceful, very kind people. Phase 2, and this is America's there, Muslims begin to gather in large groups of people, which is happening in New York.
Times
You
Square.
guys have seen it? Times Square, New York. Thousands of Muslims. That's phase 2. They're no longer in 1 or 2 or 5. Now they're in the thousands.
Insane.
They come, they begin to pray in the streets publicly. Michigan, they're not praying in the mosque anymore. They begin to pray in the street, showing dominance. They begin to infiltrate politics, like Zohar Mamdani. This is phase 2. They begin to open prayer rooms for Muslims, and they did it in the Vatican. They just opened a Muslim prayer room. They begin to open prayer rooms. Then phase 3. Phase 3 is where Michigan is at right now, Isaiah. Michigan is at phase 3, and New York will be in phase 3 very soon. What's phase 3? They begin to get the call to prayer in the street.
Insane, dude.
The call to prayer. So now no longer is the music and the Quran and the prayer in the mosque. It's now facing outside. Michigan, you hear 5 times a day, Allahu Akbar. You start to see rape cases increase. Rape cases. This is what happened in the UK. Phase 3, rape will go up. That's just a fact. Islam is a sexually
demonic.
perverted religion.
Demonic.
It is a sexually perverted religion. You know why, by the way, Isaiah, you know, and all my listeners, you know why the rape cases are so high when Muslims migrate to the West? The rape cases are so high, a few reasons. Number one, in Muslim countries, women are not allowed to show their skin. The women cover their whole body from head to toe. In Afghanistan, the Taliban told the woman, you have to cover your eyes. It's like a ninja. They can't
That's
speak
insane.
or sing in public. So number one, the men have never seen a woman before. They've never seen her skin. Number two, which is the crazy one, is in Islam, heaven is a brothel. So for men, Muslim men, the reward in heaven is 72 virgins. So what's our reward? Our reward is Jesus Christ. Our reward is to be in the presence of God, to worship the Lord Jesus Christ with all the angels and all of creation and all the believers. Their reward is 72 virgins. So now you have a Muslim man who's never seen a naked woman, but he's imagining naked women in heaven, because the Quran, by the way, and the Hadith. I'm not going to say it on this podcast, but the Hadith is disgusting. It is pornography.